friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to All About Nails. I am today very excited to be doing another component of my KL Polish Dupe series. I've done, I think this is the fourth or fifth video in this series where I'm pulling some KL Polish shades that I own and trying to find dupes for them in my collection. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One, I don't really want to hold on to these polishes if I have something else in my collection that dupes them, because you can't really buy KL polish anymore, and I try to talk on my channel a little bit more about things that are accessible, that you can find, that you can buy. I don't want to be talking about a bunch of polishes that you can't own anymore. If you're new to my channel, I do use only vegan and cruelty-free nail polish, so there are definitely dupes out there for a lot of these colors from brands like OPI, Essie. I don't buy those brands, and so I'm not going to be citing those dupes. I'm going to be pulling from brands that are vegan and cruelty free and usually like between 10 and 12 free, something like that. Those are the brands that I choose to use. So anyways, let's dive in. Today we're going to be looking for dupes for Cancer, Virgo, and Winter is Coming. Alright, so here is Virgo. Virgo is this really nice kind of deep charcoal gray. I personally love grays like this. I love them. I also like lighter grays, but I really like these deep kind of almost black grays. I think they're really lovely and just really classy, and so I like Virgo a lot. I honestly might keep Virgo even if I do have a dupe, because Virgo is my birth sign, so I'm pretty excited about that. I want to compare it to a couple Zoyas and an Orly. So I have Genevieve from Zoya. Genevieve has this very small kind of hint of shimmer in here, and you can see it right at the front, but the base color does look very similar to Virgo. Genevieve looks maybe a little bit more blue, but still pretty similar. And then I wanted to compare it to Tyran, because Tyran just came out in the most recent Zoya collection when I'm filming this video. I think it's a bit lighter, but I wanted to just show you a comparison because maybe you have Tyran, and it would fill the kind of need to have a super dark gray. And then another super recent one is Orly's Into the Deep. And this one just came out in the winter collection from Orly as well. This one is really nice. I love, like I said, this really dark gray. The Orly formula is a little bit different from the KL Polish formula, so I am going to show you these all swatched just so you can see them up close. Alright, so I would definitely say that Into the Deep is pretty close to Virgo. It's almost maybe even a little bit darker than Virgo is, at least when I swatched it just now. And then Genevieve does have a slightly different like sheen to it, so I wouldn't say that it's identical, but I think either of these are going to give you a very similar effect to Virgo. If you wore Virgo on one hand and Into the Deep or Genevieve on the other hand, no one would be able to tell the difference probably, and that's kind of my test. If it's a dupe and no one can tell the difference if you wear one on one hand, then you probably don't need both of them. So your pick. If you already have Genevieve, you may not need any of these others. Alright, the next one that we have in this lovely winter comparison is Winter is Coming. This is from the last collection that KL Polish launched. It is a really pretty kind of glittery white topper. This is a polish that I will probably never wear. Just not my style, but a lot of people wear these polishes and they look stunning. The only one that I really have to compare it to that I think it's actually close to is Janessa, which is from Zoya. Very similar. It's a white polish that, you know, that kind of glittery, snowflakey color. I do think that maybe Winter is Coming is a little bit more like gold in it, whereas Janessa is a little bit more of like a colder white. Maybe Winter's Coming is a little bit creamier, but I don't know that it's going to translate on the nail because these polishes are sheer, and so they don't quite build up a ton of color. I do have a couple other that I want to show you just how they compare, and then I will swatch these two for you. Alright, so both of these came out in the most recent Orly collection. This is Snow Worries and this is Gilded Glow. They are also toppers that are very kind of of, you know, glittery and sparkly and sparse, and they're this kind of frosted look, right? So they're not like particles of glitter, they give you that frosty look, and definitely these are neutral when you get them on the nail, but you know, I think you can tell obviously that they have a lot more color in them. So they're similar effect, but they're definitely not going to give you the same exact color on the nails. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say that these two are pretty much dupes. I don't think that I would say you need both of these in your collection unless you're obsessed with this finish. I think there's slight differences, but I think on the nail you're not gonna be able to tell much of a difference, and so I definitely don't think I need both, and I will be destashing the KL Polish Winter is Coming. All right, and then last but not least, we are going to look at KL Polish Cancer, and this one is a very kind of light gray, and I would say that it has a bit of blue in it. I have some other grays that are a little bit whiter. They don't have quite as much of a depth to them. And so I think that made this one kind of hard for me to dupe. I was pretty surprised when I bought it first that I didn't have any dupes, but here are the ones that I want to compare it to. I have Zoya's August, which it's not a good dupe. I think you can tell immediately that it's not quite right. It's not as blue. August is maybe a little bit green undertoned, and so it's not perfect by any means, but it's definitely the closest of the Zoyas that I have. I compared it to Dove. Dove was super light compared to Cancer. It just doesn't have the same undertone, but the one that I think is probably the closest in my collection is Orly Astral Projection. It has that similar undertone. I think it looks really, really similar in the bottle. Again, I think the Orly formula is a little bit different, so I'm not sure, you know, if there are going to be differences that will translate to the nail that you can't quite see in the bottle, so I will definitely swatch these, but I think that the Orly is probably going to be the closest. All right, and I would say that I was correct. I would say that this Orly Astral Projection is definitely the closest dupe that I have for Cancer. It's not perfect, you know, it's a little bit lighter. It doesn't quite dry as dark on the nail as Cancer does, but it's probably a good enough dupe if you're really, really looking for one like this. You really want a gray like this. This one will probably get you close enough. Do I think that if you own both of these, you should get rid of one? Up to you. I probably am, like I said, just because Cancer is no longer available and I'm trying to keep my collection pretty relevant. So I hope that helps. All right, friends, I hope that that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love doing dupes videos. I think they're really, really fun, and I know that a lot of you enjoy watching them as well. So let me know down below if you have any of these or their dupes in your collection, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.